Good morning children and welcome back to your SST classes. As you remember children, in our previous class we began with the chapter Rights and Duties. In that class I told you how we get this rights and duties through our constitution. Now what is constitution? Constitution children, it is set of instructions which was framed by the drafting committee and the Constituent Assembly, whose chairman was Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, whom we very well know as B.R. Ambedkar. And this set of instruction gives us few advantages and few responsibilities. When Dr. B.R. Ambedkar framed this constitution, he framed in such a way that all the citizens of this country should get few advantages and few responsibilities side by side so that they can balance their citizenship properly. Now, this set of instruction, it came into effect on 26th January, whom we very well celebrate and whom we know as the Republic Day. Now, children, when we talk about these responsibilities and the duties, what are they? Now, these responsibilities are the fundamental duties that the Constitution has given its citizens, and the few advantages which we get being a citizen of India are the fundamental duties, fundamental rights. Now, there are 6 fundamental rights and 7 fundamental duties of a citizen of India. Along with this, not only the citizens, but there is some framework, there are few guidelines for the government as well. Because see, our country is not only consisting of its citizens, it also consists of the acting person. Acting person means the main person, the government, who manages these citizens of our country. Now, this government also has few sets of instructions, rules, regulations which they need to abide for the welfare of the people of the country. For example, the office of a president, he has few set of instructions out of which he cannot go. He needs to maintain that rules and regulations and that set of instructions. When we talk about PMO, the Prime Minister's office, even there are instructions in the Constitution for the PMO as well. In the same way, for the state, it is the same, and for the local self-government also, it is the same. Today in this class, we will discuss about the fundamental rights, the 6 fundamental rights. Now, when we talk about the 6 fundamental rights, what are they? Number 1, right to equality. Right to equality. What do you understand by this fundamental right, that is right to equality, given on page number 135 of your SST book? See, this right to equality, from the very word equality, you can derive the meaning. What is it? Equality means that all are equal in the eyes of law. Means keeping everything in aside, caste, creed, sex, religion, whatever the person is, but that person is equal in the eyes of law. There will be no sort of biased decision taken to a person keeping in mind his or her caste, creed, sex, religion or community, whatever the person belongs, that is a different thing. But if a person has committed a crime, whether the person is a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or is any other like Jainism, Buddhism, whichever religion the person belongs, but the punishment will be same. So in this manner, you can understand what is right to equality. Means all are equal in the eyes of law. This right gives you the enjoyment of getting the feeling that you all are equal. Like when there is a class of 45 children, all 45 children are equal in the eyes of their class teacher. In the same manner, we the citizens of India, we have the right to be treated equally as any other person of our country. Next we have right to freedom. Right to freedom. Now, what does this right gives you? What are the advantages of this right? Right to freedom means that you, being a citizen of India, you are free. You can move about anywhere. As you all go for vacations from one state to another, from one place to another, in the same manner, this right to freedom, it gives you the freedom to move about freely. There are no restrictions for you. But there are few responsibilities which you should take care, like when you are going from one place to another, you should not spoil any historical place or anything such. Okay, about this also I will tell you in the later part. First, I am telling you about the right to freedom. Like you can refer to page number 135 children. All the 6 fundamental rights are given there, and I would request you kindly underline the right to equality, right to freedom, right to right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to cultural and educational freedom, and right to constitutional remedies. Underline these bold letters. Why? Because these rights are very important, and this should be memorized by you. That if anyone asks you what are the 6 fundamental rights which you being a citizen of India enjoy, then these should be in your mind clearly. Next, one more advantage of this right to freedom is whatever, like suppose I told you earlier that since I belong to a different place but I am coming and staying in Rajasthan, I am working here. So in that same manner, this also comes under the right to freedom. Means I am free to go anywhere, and even if I want, I can stay there, I can work there, I can earn my living there. Clear? Next we have right against exploitation. Right against exploitation. Now what does this right mean? Right against exploitation means to be unjust with someone, to take undue advantage of someone. See, this right gives you the freedom that no one can exploit you, no one can take your undue advantage. Now what is undue advantage? If in a simple manner, if I say that you see a person working somewhere and that person has to do a work of only 2 hours, you are paying him only for 2 hours. You cannot force that person to work for 3 hours or 4 hours. That is called exploiting. If you are forcing that person person, and that person is like he is bound to do work because he is not having any other option. Okay, if you are targeting that person that no, you have to do, you are forcing that person, taking undue advantage of that person, that is exploitation. So this right gives you the freedom that you can raise your voice if anyone is exploiting you. Like a child of below 14 years, you cannot give him any dangerous job to do. Like if you see a person is, the child is doing some soft job like picking up something, okay, then giving tea in the tea stalls, working in a hotel, cleaning the benches, cleaning the tables, this is fine. But other, like if the child is in need, then it is allowed. But if you see that that child has been given some tough job which for him is very difficult, then that is called exploitation, which should not be done. Okay, next we have right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom religion. Now what is the meaning of this right? Right to freedom of religion. This right means that you are free to practice your religion, you are free to practice any other religion, and you can celebrate your festivals freely. No one will come and question you that why are you celebrating, why are you not celebrating. So this right gives you the freedom, your religious freedom. Now what is religious freedom means? Like suppose you are a Hindu, you are staying in a Muslim community, or you are staying in a Sikh community or in a Christian community. You can freely celebrate your festival, that is Diwali, Holi, Ganesh Chaturthi, Raksha Bandhan. So many festivals are there, Dashera, Navratri. You can celebrate freely. No one will come and say that why are you celebrating this? No. If suppose a Muslim community person is staying in a Hindu community, that Muslim person is free to celebrate his Eid al-Fitr, Muharram, whichever festival he wants. So this how the person does this. This is given to him by this fundamental right, that is right to freedom, religious freedom. Next we have right to cultural and educational freedom. Right to cultural and educational freedom. Right to educational and cultural freedom. What is the meaning of this fundamental right? It means that every child has to be given education by the government. Every child has the right to get educated, and cultural freedom means that whenever you go to any cultural place, you should keep in mind that that cultural site should not be spoiled. You are free to visit any cultural site, but that cultural site should be preserved and should not be tampered or harmed in any manner. You can again children, again and again I am telling you, if you want, you can refer to these 6 fundamental rights. These are given here. Kindly go through them at home. Okay? And this law is protects the rights or groups, rights of the people who belong to minorities or who are less in number. Now what is minorities means? which community is less in number, they are referred to as minorities. So this is always kept in mind that their cultural freedom should not be hampered in any manner. Okay. Next and the last one we have is right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. Now, what is the work of this fundamental right? Right to constitutional remedy. Remedy means what? Remedy means solution or a quick, like you can say medication. Remedy, you might have heard this as a medical term. You might have heard this in relation to your medical problems. This word is used more. So what is this word doing in your civics part? Remedies means the solution, means the treatment that can be given to your problem. What happens, children? As we being the citizen, these fundamental rights are our birthrights. Okay? Now these fundamental rights, if somehow are being barred, are being stopped, and are not given to us, then what we can do? We can move to the court of law. We can approach the court, we can knock the door of the court, and we can ask for justice that I, being a citizen of this country, I am being stopped or barred from using these fundamental rights. So this right gives you the freedom to safeguard your rest 5 rights. This was all about fundamental rights. In our next class, we will learn about the duties and the directive principles of state policy. Till then, children, your homework for today is go through these rights, learn them, memorize them, close your notebook and write it down in your notebook, these 6 fundamental rights, so that it will be a quick revision for you and it will stay in your mind. And after doing that, click a picture and send it to me on my WhatsApp so that I can also see that what all you have prepared, how much you have worked hard and how much revision you have done of the chapter rights and duties. This was all for today's class, children. Take care of yourself, wear your mask properly, sanitize your hands, wash your hands properly, do take proper care of yourselves and your family members. Have a good day, children. Thank you.